might be, no matter what things happen to me. It's happened to all Christians.
Yes.
We all have our trials and tribulations, but the peace and the joy have undergirded my life so solidly, and it has become so real to me, as it can to anyone who will acknowledge that they have the ability, as promised in the Bible, to have the Spirit live within them. He comes when we accept Jesus, but we don't always take advantage of His being alive within us.
Right, exactly.
And I want to talk. The first part of that book is my heart. There's a discussion in the first part of the book of the triune God, and there are two special places in the Bible that make it so clear that God is a triune God. You know, other religions question the fact that Christians worship three gods. We don't worship three gods.
It's three
we
in one.
worship one God. He's a triune God.
That has three different roles.
Three different roles.
Right.
And in Genesis, the very beginning of the Bible,
That's right.
the first verse, in
Yes.
the beginning God.
Right.
There you have it.
Yes.
God was in the beginning.
Yes, right.
Whatever
And God came
started the beginning.
God came in the flesh, which we call Him Jesus.
Yes. But in that first verse of Genesis, we find God and the Holy Spirit. God created the heavens and the earth was without form and void, and there was this deep darkness. And one version of the Bible, one translation said that the Holy Spirit hovered over the waters. But my King James Version says that the Holy Spirit covered the waters. There we have God and the Holy Spirit. Now we can jump to the first chapter of John, that wonderful book of love.
Oh, yes.
Here we have again the very first verse, in the beginning.
In the beginning.
Just like in Genesis,
Yes.
in the beginning.
Yes.
John writes,
Right.
was the Word,
That's right.
and the Word was with God,
That's right.
and the Word was God.
And always.
Yes. And you can jump over to like verse 14, and it says, the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld the glory of the Lord as the only begotten Son of God. So there we have God, the Holy Spirit, and Jesus, the only begotten Son, our triune God. He came as the Word. He came
Word
as
is the
flesh.
flesh.
He dwelt among us, and when He left us the Holy Spirit. Right.
And that's all encompassing God. And God
That's
is
right.
neither male nor female.
Right.
He's all of it. That's why we have a man
God
and
is,
a woman.
we must worship Him in
Yes.
spirit and in truth.
Right.
Because God is spirit, the Bible tells
Right.
us.
And we, as a man and a woman,
Right.
really make up what God is, both female and the male aspects of the Lord. Even though He came as Jesus as a man.
He did. That's right.
And He has all the feminine qualities too. That's
Yes.
why we have them.
Yes.
Well, tell us how we can get a hold of you, a website, and get a copy of this wonderful book. I've been looking through
I love the
here.
cover.
I know.
I love the cover. This
Can we see the-
picture
right here?
was in my mind from the moment the book was conceived in my mind. And the title was already there. And we looked through dozens and dozens of covers before we came to this, and I said, that's it.
Yes.
It's just the picture I had in my mind.
Nice.
But
How do you
my
get-
website?
Yes.
LandaEllsworth.com. LandaEllsworth.com.
And we can get a hold of your book and talk about anything that...
You can come to my website and learn more about me.
Okay.
You can learn a lot of information about the book. There's a whole press release there. I also do oil paintings. Like I said, God has given me so many
Creative.
wonderful things to
Creative.
work with.
Yes.
There's some of my paintings pictured there. I also sing. One of the ministries I'm involved in now is one of song. I and a friend of mine started a vocal group called the Sunshine Girls. My husband said it looks more like the Sundown Girls to me because we're all not exactly girls anymore.
And that's right. And I'm glad you're in and wrapping up with song. I appreciate you coming because we're getting ready to go right back to the singing group, open
Great.
door, and hear some more songs.
Right.
Take it away
Good.
over there.